Hi everyone, Michelle Fixit. Today is July 2nd, 2023, and I am leaving, or we are leaving, Patient First, the Bayview location in Baltimore, Be More, because Baby Hulk wants to keep mommy and daddy on their toes, and you guys will get a little informational video and a special shout out to Dr. Woods because he is awesome. I have seen him before and he is fantastic. He has great bedside manner. He is very knowledgeable. He is personable. And as soon as we saw each other, I was like, hey, I know you. He's like, yeah, I remember you. I'm like, yeah. So Baby Hulk in Baby Hulk style, you guys don't know. I don't think I mentioned it to you guys because I forgot. But when we were in Manassas a few days ago, Baby Hulk picked up a tick, as boys do in woodsy houses. And it turns out it was a female Lone Star tick, which has a higher likelihood of carrying Lyme disease. So, you know, the mommy that I am kind of freaked out because I did not grow up getting ticks. Okay, the country songs with the check you for ticks and all that, hee hee ha ha, that's great. This lady right here has never in her life, to her knowledge, had a tick bite. One of my kittens never had a tick bite. That was the first one. The second one did end up with one. And number two person evidently was used to getting tick bites or something and was very proficient and like had to drive 45 minutes and come back from going to work because it was like, I am not equipped to handle this emergency. And so I did get a briefing, but I did not feel proficient. So I wanted to like research and everything else, and then I kind of freaked out and I needed to, you know, fix stuff. So anyways, as mommies do, I was researching, tick was on his arm, and he went for the alcohol, because you're supposed to use alcohol, and being a Baby Hulk, he somehow maneuvered, MacGyvered, whatever, the alcohol bottle open very, very quickly, and proceeded to douse himself with it. Well, then, you know, I'm like trying to clean him up, and by the time, next thing I know, I'm like trying to find this tick. I'm like, where did it go? And I figured that it was on the bed, because we were on the bed. So I figured that I would get, you know, bit by this tick or something. So I searched the whole room, I searched the whole bed, I could not find said tick. And then, you know, it hasn't really been in my mind. And Baby Hulk and Fire Unicorn, they take steamy baths like pretty much every day. I mean, you guys have seen some of the videos. No husband cat, I am not videotaping them in the bathtub. We have conversations, they watch the humidifier. He has no idea about the steamy stuff. So, I don't know, I went downstairs and he was all upset because, of course, he fell. And, like, next thing I know, I'm like rubbing his head like I always do whenever he's upset. And he gets upset a lot because he's always hurting himself because he's a crazy baby. And he's Baby Hulk. And, I like felt this like flop thing. And I was like, what is this? So evidently it takes a little while for these ticks to get gigantic. And so, I felt it because it was large enough to feel, and that tick from Manassas migrated to Baltimore and was bloodthirsty and going after Baby Hulk. And it was a female one, so I mean, I get it, you know, you need blood, you need to make babies, all that stuff, I get it. But I was trying to douse it with alcohol, it was not coming off, I was getting more and more agitated with it, I was like, I am not equipped for this. Husband cat and wifey cat were getting kind of grumpy at each other because we're like, we have this baby, and like we have somebody in the family, one of the families that has had an incident with bad things happening with ticks, so of course we are going to be much more cautious than other people. But I am always overly cautious, no matter if it's child number 1, child number 2, or child number 3. I worry about my kittens. And oh, these people are not supposed to be parking like this, but you know, Baltimore, people break the rules. Oh, there's like some type of little thing over there. Baltimore has like fancier stuff. I'm like, I haven't been by here in a while. I'm sorry guys, I got a little distracted. There's a lot of stuff going on. Anyways, so once I saw that if a tick was on your child or the person for 24 to 48 hours, kind of a big deal. Lone Star ticks are also kind of a big deal. So research says go to the doctor, get antibiotics, get it removed. If you can't get it removed, I'm like, you know what, not worth taking chances, considering he needs antibiotics, we're taking him in. And so that's exactly what we did. And we got to see our awesome Dr. Woods doctor guy. He is fantastic. I had to meet Cheryl, who is a Jeep Cherokee, and she said that she was going to subscribe to my channel because she like immediately was like, I like you so much. I was like, I like you too. Also, there's like a Bill's Portable Welding in this area, and even though he doesn't have fancy signage, he is totally in this area, and he's a cool guy. And he's a wealth of information. There's so many people that around you that are just a wealth of information, and people get so caught up with themselves that they just don't stop to talk and listen to what the other person has to say, instead of like just trying to dominate everyone with their opinions, or I don't know, like just not listening. And instead of listening, it's like you hear two words and then you just start talking because you're anticipating what you're going to say in response to whatever they've said, and they haven't even finished their thought, because some people just talk out loud, and occasionally they make mistakes, and then other people want to sit there and process everything before they speak and as they speak, and because it takes them so long to process things, because like they're so worried about every single word that they say, they're either super witty and super funny, or they just don't talk, like selective mutism or something, or like going nonverbal. Like there's a bunch of things. But then every now and then you see or introduce whatever people that just talk as they're thinking. And it's because they've modified their thought process so well that generally speaking, they can talk to pretty much any audience because they've moderated their grumpies in their head to not exist in not nice ways. So I'm one of those people. Like I used to try to think before I said stuff, and then people are like, oh, you're so quiet. And it's like, no, I'm observing my environment because I don't know what to say, because I don't want people to lash out at me. And then other times it's like, oh, you just won't shut up, you just can't stop talking. And it's like, yeah, because I have a lot to say, because we're talking about all these cool things. But you know what's never changed? Whether I was like super quiet or super like loud, and not loud, but like just talking. The fact that I stop and I listen. Just saying. And other people might have like a different opinion on that, and that's just completely up to them. So if you're envying a certain type of personality that you've seen in your life or you've had like fun with or something like that, like Dr. Woods, super cool guy, super awesome doctor guy. And he's just one of those where like he says it and he thinks it, and it's like he's clearly modified his behavior where like he's in his environment and he's just living his best life, and he's awesome, and I really like him. And Cheryl, she's like super proficient and awesome at her job, and there's some like nursey people that like did the vitals and stuff, and they're pretty awesome too. So, you know, and like one of the ladies, she's very colorful, and she's beautiful, and she's gorgeous, and she has like long hair, and she's just always got a smile on her face, and like she's tall and like thin, and like she's just fantastic. And then we met another lady today too. She was super colorful, a little bit shorter, and you know, and she was just awesome. She was just like, have a good day. And I was like, you too, you're just having your best life. So if you guys get a tick bite, pay attention to my next video, because unless something crazy happens on this crazy cat adventure the next thing that you're going to be seeing, hopefully, maybe or maybe not, is a video about me going over this little handy dandy handbook that Dr. Woods, ironically Dr. Woods, talked to me about ticks. And then this cool thing. And just as like a favor, if you guys are watching these videos and like I'm talking about certain things, like, because I don't know who makes these things, but like they're cool, like you can write in the comments what the video is about, and if it was helpful to you, and if you want another video, and that would be you helping me, and I'd super duper appreciate it, because the easier you guys make my life, the more I'll talk to you. Bye. Have a great day.